Have you ever wondered why do some people say what happens to us is related to our karma? Or that have you wondered why nasty people are getting seemingly better and richer while nice and poor people are still suffering if there's really such thing as karma? Or, if you have heard that karma is what you distribution or punishment from God for your misdeeds? Wouldn't this be reflected as a revenge system? Or, what if I totally do not remember what I have done and it's unfair that I get punished for something that I do not remember doing in my past or current life? And if karma really exists, how do I escape from it? Or how do I cleanse myself of negative karma or karmic debts? These questions will be answered within the video as we go along exploring ways to perform karmic cleansing to alleviate the karmic debts incurred. But, in order to cleanse yourself of karmic debts, you need to first patiently watch till the end of the video to understand and comprehend what is the true meaning of karma. It will be pointless if you feel that bad karma is still creeping up on you despite having faithfully performing cleansing rituals and ceremonies regularly. Now, let's get into it. What is karma and how does it work? Karma is not just a mechanism by which the universe brings hateful retribution for someone's misdeeds. It is neither judgmental, revengeful, or discriminating. It is simply a natural reaction to your own action. It has got nothing to do with God. For karma to be activated and react to your actions, the equation of the four components must be present. These are the object, the intention, the action, and the completion. If all four of these variables are in the equation, you will then get a very powerful, full effect karma, be it a positive, negative, or neutral effect. Understanding how karma works gives you the opportunity and choice on how you can respond to it. The concept of karma is based on the following laws. 1. The law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect determines what we experience in life. No one is able to escape from it and is not a matter of a belief of its existence. The reason why all of us are not free from it is because the law of cause and effect states that every action in the universe produces a reaction no matter what. It's no coincidence or destiny that things happen to us. According to this law, everything is energy, including your thoughts and emotions, which are energy in motion. Everything, good, bad, and neutral, we think and do creates a corresponding energy that comes back to us in some form. Cause and effect can come in these forms. A single cause multiple effect, namely, that one action has several ramifications. Or multiple cause single effect, which means that there are several reasons, usually with varying degrees of causation, for one result. And causal chain, domino theory, in which each effect becomes the cause for yet another effect, and if interrupted at any point the chain is disrupted. Karma doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It is the result of our actions which are determined by our thoughts and desires which we put into practice and action. It's more a law of consequences. Every action that we do, whether it is positive or negative or even neutral, has a consequence. 2. The law of creation. Life requires our participation to happen. It does not happen by itself. To make things happen in your life, you need to take action, instead of waiting for something to magically and miraculously come your way. Therefore, you are the creator of what comes your way based on actions of the mind, thoughts and intention, actions of speech, and actions of the body. It is a manifestation of your energies you put into to be released and show up. So, the question comes in, what if I do nothing? Will karma be eliminated? Understand that someone who does absolutely nothing creates nothing. But how is that possible? Even every thought that we have are still ongoing energies being created. A conscious decision of non-action also has a consequence. A non-physical action still provide energy for manifestation for an outcome, be it positive or negative energies. 3. The law of humility. The law of humility is based on the principle that you must be humble enough to accept that your current reality is the result of your past actions. The humility to accept this reality is neither a sign of meekness or weakness, nor is it a mindset that you resign yourself to fate or that your destiny has been fixed. It is just a recognition that we understand that past actions and decisions that were made are long gone, and it is futile to fight against things that we no longer have control over, as we cannot turn back time to change it. However, if we use this understanding as an opportunity to have insight, go beyond our own ego to reflect, accept our imperfections and embrace the current situation, then we can move on and make better decisions now and in the future to make possible changes. 4. The law of growth. Every living organism is subject to growth, and the process of growth may go on throughout its life or even end when that species is fully mature. Growth is a necessary phenomenon that gives you the increased ability to overcome adversities and struggles in life, thus increasing our psychological strength and resilience. Growth starts within us. To positively shape the world, you need to start with yourself. The law of growth also looks at the things you can't control and how you deal with accepting this fate. Focus on your personal growth, because real change or personal growth begins with what you have control over, which is yourself and not others. Growth never ends. There are always new things you can learn to be stronger, heal and start over. As we grow, change, evolve, and our reality begins to change. 5. The law of responsibility. This law states that each person accepts and owns the responsibility for their own life and experiences, and that blaming others and looking outward to find the cause of your problems for one's circumstances will not lead to positive growth or progress. The law of responsibility's affirmation is not to make you blame and beat yourself for everything and anything that happens in your life. It is just a reminder that, although there are times when things that happen in our lives which may not have been our own choice, but what you decide in response to having been put and placed in the circumstances and what you do next is still within your own responsibility. It means being accountable but not judgmental to yourself, doing the best that you can, making choices and acknowledging and accepting the consequences whether the outcome is good or bad. It is the recognition and acknowledgement of your best effort to the best of your ability. Make mistakes, accept them and learn from it and try again. You are the choice you make. 6. The law of connection. This law is based on the principle that everything in your life, including your past, present, and future, are connected. It is all linked together. Your past actions determine who you are, and present will decide who you will be tomorrow. Everything is connected to everything else. It reflects the existence of the elaborate network of interconnections in the ecosphere, among different living organisms, and between populations, species, and individual organisms and their surroundings. This law states that all living beings are connected and that every action has a ripple effect on the universe as a whole. Therefore, it is important to consider the impact of one's actions on others and the world around us. 7. The law of focus. Focus is directly linked to productivity. With countless distractions vying for our attention, staying focused allows us to dedicate our time and energy to the task at hand. Non-committed actions won't give you the results you want, so you need to eliminate unnecessary diversions that slow us down, leading to frustration and negativity, so that we can complete tasks more efficiently and achieve better outcomes. When you stay focused on one assignment, you're more apt to complete it more efficiently as you have clarity on where you should be focusing your time and attention and where to draw and focus your energy. Being focused means that you are mindful of your attention on one subject or object specifically. For example, if you are focused on positive values like peace and compassion, you are less likely to be distracted by resentment, anger. Your ability to finish tasks quicker can motivate you to move on to the next. Knowing you can get things done will help you stay positive and motivate you to achieve your next goal. 8. The law of giving and hospitality. You must give to the things you believe in from your heart. Give without expecting to get anything in return. Acknowledge your actions are a reflection of your inherent beliefs. This law helps you understand the importance of your actions, reflecting your deeper beliefs. If you preach to others about kind and compassionate, that means you also have to show it in practical. For example, if you want to live in a peaceful world, you need to focus on cultivating peace for others. Be patient, as the universe must be allowed to return and fulfill your desires in the way it sees fit. 9. The law of here and now, present moment. Living in the present is the only way to be happy. Some of us live our lives thinking about the past and think about the future, but it will only make you sad. Live in the present and feel the real experiences of life. Then your energy will be different, and your life will be more engaging. To experience peace of mind, you have to embrace the present. This can only happen when you let go of negative thoughts or behaviors from your past. If you get too focused on past events, you'll keep reliving them. Get in touch with the here and now is to get rooted into your senses. 10. The law of change. According to this principle, history will continue to repeat itself until you learn from the experience and take steps to do something differently to stop the cycle. The law of change states that people need to learn and grow from negative patterns in order to experience positive change. Change gives you a new path so that you can create a new future and a better version of yourself, free from the patterns of the past. 11. The law of patience and reward. The law of patience and reward is a guiding principle that suggests that if we consistently show up with energy and enthusiasm, good things will come to us. It is about cultivating patience and putting in the work even when we don't see immediate results. Success requires patience, consistent hard work, and the self-assurance that you will get the reward for your efforts. To generate change in the future, we must be consistent in our positive karmic deeds today. Great things require time, persistence, not giving up, and cherishing every little milestone of life. The hard work will pay off as long as you are consistent in your efforts. 12. The law of significance and inspiration. The last karmic law, the law of significance and inspiration, is about waking up to your divine nature and living your dharma, realizing your unique abilities, and figuring out a way to help, serve, or inspire others by means of your God-given talents. According to this law, every contribution and small actions you make or don't make will, for good or bad, positive or negative, is significant and affect the world. The very fact of your presence itself contributes to the energy of the universe, and without you, the universe would be fundamentally altered. We all have value in this world and have something to contribute to this world. What we share may sometimes seem small to us, but can make an enormous difference in someone else's life. You have been born with a specific gift, mission, and purpose that only you can bring into the world with your uniqueness. Authentically sharing your skills and gifts is why you're here. Our unique gifts should be shared with the world. Now that we know how karma works, let's delve into understanding of the manifestation stages of karma and types of karma so that it will guide us in our cleansing practices later on. Manifestation stages of karma. Sankita karma, or accumulated karma, refers to your total karma, including karma inherited from past lifetimes that we have brought with us and we may not be fully aware of. For those who do not believe in reincarnation, this concept may sound irrelevant, but let's try to explain in life examples to make it more comprehensible. This accumulated karma can be illustrated or reflected in situations where unexplainable talents and skills are present in children at a young age, even though they have never been previously taught or been exposed to. Another example would be why some people have an unexplainable inclination or strong desire to heal and help others, deciding later in their adult life to become a doctor. Or why some people have the strong inclination, desire, and interest to practice the dark arts of the occult and black magic for selfish and undesirable purposes. Or simply why there are people who are lacking in compassion and desires to indulge in cruelty towards animals and others even at a young age, despite not having been brought up or educated in such a manner, and they continue to execute their desires into adulthood to become gruesome murderers. Prarabdha karma, or allotted karma, is a partial portion of karma from your total accumulated karma that you carry through your current lifetime and experienced through the present body. This allotted karma, be it good or bad karma, it has begun and already manifesting, yielding its effect right now. Such karma cannot be avoided or changed as it is already happening and can be seen in circumstances, for example, the location where a person is born, their family background, the people they meet and feel very connected to, and the specific allotted challenges and opportunities they encounter throughout their lifetime. Manifestations of these type of karma can also be seen in situations whereby relentless or tailor-made hurdles in someone's career life despite their hard work. Although you are unable to avoid or change this karma from manifesting itself, you can work through your accumulated karma by living out a portion of your allotted karma without feeling sore and lamenting about it. Look at challenges as opportunities instead to hone your skills to become stronger and more resilient to improve yourself. So, when we encounter karma as such, Know that there is a time when this allotted positive or negative karma effects will be used up as it manifests itself as it fulfills its mission to exhaust its accumulated energy. When good things are happening or happen to you, cherish and be grateful, as you do not know when you have exhausted the good karma, and likewise, when less than desired things happen, know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Better days will come once the negative allotted karma is dissipated. This karma's existence and manifestation is to allow one to understand and learn from the experiences and make changes in what they can change and strive to accumulate positive karma for the future while dealing with their allotted karma in this current life. Kriyamana karma, or present actionable karma, refers more specifically to the instantaneous or immediate consequences of your actions. It emphasizes the cause and effect relationship between your actions and their immediate results. For instance, if someone constantly have late nights with little sleep, goes partying, incessant drinking and smoking, or skips their meals, neglects their health, the immediate consequence of the actions to present actionable karma would be falling ill. This consequence will teach them to pay more attention to self-care. Another illustration or example would be someone who is regularly volunteering their service to the community, and the immediate positive karmic results of their selfless service would be the emotional self-fulfillment and expanded skills that is gained from the volunteering experience. Therefore, the present actionable karma is still within your control and is still in the motion of creation, which you still can direct it to either a positive, negative, or neutral effect or consequence for your future actionable karma. Agami karma, or future actionable karma, refers to the karma that's generated by your current actions and choices that have consequences either in this lifetime or in future lifetimes. This is the future karma of the action and the karma that we will accumulate in time to come. As we make decisions and take actions in our current life, for instance, choosing to serve and make positive contributions to society or in impoverished communities, or navigating through ethical dilemmas, we generate future actionable karma. The energy and intentions behind our actions, whether altruistic, self-serving, or somewhere in between, will contribute to our karma that may unfold in this life or future lives. Therefore, regardless of our spiritual background, understand that all actions have consequences, and if we make choices from a place of compassion and selflessness, we encourage mindful living in our daily lives and accumulating positive agami karma. Having an understanding of the manifestation stages of karma, we move on to understand the types of karma that is attached to us. Types of karma obstructions. There are 8 types of karma which are attached to a soul to samsara, namely, the cycle of birth and death. Number 1. Knowledge obstructing karma. This karma, akin to ignorance, prevents the soul from knowing or recognizing an object and its details. Without the awareness of an existence of an object and its details, it prevents the soul from essential quality of knowledge required that encourages omniscience. Number 2. Perception obstructing karma. This karma hides and prevents an object from being perceived with our senses through the use of our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin to the extent that we may not able to see well, hear well, smell well. Therefore, the soul completely is unable to perceive and interpret and understand all substances in the universe. Number 3. Sensation-producing karma. This karma makes a soul experience pleasure and pain. The soul's bliss is continuously disturbed by experiences of external sensual pleasure and pain, which make it difficult for us to focus. Number 4. Deluding karma. This karma attracts the soul to the objects that it considers favorable while repelling it from objects it considers unfavorable. It creates a delusion or mistaken belief in the soul that external objects and reality are needed or required in order to find pure happiness and bliss. This karma obstructs and prevents the soul's essential quality of happiness and prevents the soul from finding the truth of pure happiness in itself. These karmas are an instrumental cause of destruction the soul's right belief and right conduct. Of all karmas, deluding karma is the most difficult to overcome. Once this is eradicated, the goal of liberation and enlightenment will be much more attainable. Number 5. Lifespan determining karma. This karma determines the biological species as well as the duration of life span which keep the soul in one state/destiny like a human being, animal, insect, celestial bodies etc., and thus determine its period of activity during that state. This karma is built based on the being's previous life's engagement of activities, such as either violent activities and taking the lives of others or engagement in compassionate activities helping and cherishing the lives of others, and it determines the subsequent states of existence after death and lifespan for its next birth. Number 6. Body-producing karma. This karma determines the diversities, body characteristics, attributes and traits like the number of senses the living organism will possess in the body into which the soul must enter. Examples of organism with 5 senses would include human beings, celestial beings, hellish beings, animals, etc. to one-sensed organism like plants and trees. Number 7. Status-determining karma. This karma bestows on a person the rank of a low or high societal status on the body of soul in terms of the family they are born into by the degree of respectability and prestige bestowed upon them based on their past life actions of either noble conduct or vicious conduct practiced in their former lives. This karma creates social inequalities, self-inferiority or self-superiority complex, and is an obstruction to the idea that all souls are equal. Number 8. Power-obstructing karma. This karma prevents the soul from having infinite power from manifesting where they are able to use its innate power for acts of charity, profit, enjoyment, repeated enjoyment, and willpower. Examples of such obstruction would be opportunities for acts of charity are being curtailed from them despite their strong desire to give and help others. Another example would be a situation whereby a person who possesses the riches and wealth that is the envy of others, but their health does not allow them to enjoy traveling or taste the food that they desire. Reflecting on the types of karma will help us identify what kind of obstructions there are preventing us from realizing our fullest potential and finding possible resolutions to it. It is a powerful knowledge for us when we are performing karmic cleansing rituals. Understanding what we lack, we can defy our vulnerabilities, strengthen our weaknesses, work on eliminating these obstructions to free us from the vicious cycle of negative karmic energies. Steps to karmic cleansing. Although getting rid of karma is not easy, but it is possible for the sincere person. Each of us is bound to unique karma that keeps us locked in unwanted circumstances. The first thing to do in reversing your karma is to identify the areas of your life that feel stagnant. Your purpose is to purify your karma, the accumulated effect of one's actions, release any unnecessary negative karma that blocks your flow of energy in order to achieve spiritual growth, inner peace, harmony, and liberation. Cultivate positive karma leading to a sense of inner peace and harmony. In the following cleansing therapy process, you will be guided to address different karmic blockages and patterns to have it healed and cleansed. Understand that the efforts of reducing your karmic debts have to be a consistent effort and a maintenance of regular practice to keep your mind free of karmic clutter. It is not a one-off kind of thing. In this way, karmic habits can be broken. 1. Breathing meditation. Cultivate calmness and peace first. This type of meditation focuses on controlling your breathing. This will calm your mind and promote inner peace. In a quiet place, sit in a comfortable position. Partially close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Become aware of the sensation of breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale and exhale as you would normally, and for each exhalation count it as one set. Do it for 10 counts, then start to slow down your breath. With your mouth closed and your jaw relaxed, inhale through your nose. As you inhale, allow your belly to expand. Imagine the lower part of your lungs filling up first, then the rest of your lungs inflating. As you slowly exhale, can be through the nose or mouth, imagine the air emptying from your lungs, and allow the belly to flatten. Practice this movement until your mind starts to clear and you begin to relax. You can do this for 5 to 10 minutes each day, any time of the day. When you are calm and at peace, you can commence on your self-reflection exercise. 2. Self-reflection exercise preparation and readiness to face karma. First, acknowledge the 12 karmic laws with an intention to use the knowledge that you have gained from these laws to embark on your karmic cleansing journey and efforts. Take the resolve that the purification practices are grounded and based on the assistance of the 12 laws guiding you in your endeavor. Engage in some self-reflection to understand your hurdles better and pinpoint where your problem lies. Identify the negative patterns in your life where you find yourself in the same situation over and over again. This is the first step to untangling yourself from the karmic knots that are keeping you from achieving your true potential. Think introspectively. Write down the obstructions and problems in your life that you face that seem to be a repeat and an endless cycle of reoccurrences. Next, recall incidents whereby you regret the things you have done, in thoughts with the intent, or with words verbalized, or in actions, or failed to do, and write down the transgression. Take responsibility for your own actions, the harm that you did in the past, and learn from mistakes. It's nearly impossible to tie your current bad luck and circumstances to a specific past moment, or moments, of negative karma. You can still own up to these actions. Take a moment to acknowledge and admit that you've done some negative things in the past, and that you're ready to take a positive step towards the future. Once you muster your courage to be accountable and admit your wrongdoings, your energy will shift towards positivity. It can be difficult to take responsibility as no ego likes to accept blame. Making constant excuses and blaming others will not help you progress in your cleansing efforts and may negatively influence your karma. Remind yourself that your self-reflection is an assessment of your actions as a third party viewing your actions, and you are not going to beat yourself or instill unnecessary guilt and stress to yourself as you are currently in the process of the intent of cleansing your karmic energies. After taking responsibility, regret is the next step. Honestly feel remorse and regret your past harmful actions, acknowledging your mistakes. This is not to suggest that you should feel guilty or dwell on your past, beating yourself over it and feeling unnecessary guilt. Start slowly by auditing your past mistakes and thinking about what you'd do differently if a similar situation was to arise again. Apologize. If you know you have done something wrong or offended someone, you should directly apologize. Be sincere about your mistakes and what you have learned from them. But what if the person that you want to apologize is not around? Don't fret over it, just verbalize it and send out the message to the universe that you are truly remorseful and has the intent of repentance. You can say something like, "I acknowledge and apologize for the negativity of my past and resolve not to do the action again. I'm ready to take a step forward and live a more positive life." Just promise to act differently in the future if you are faced with such a circumstance again. This will help put you on the right track for good karma. Forgive. Next step is to recall a time when you feel someone around you that wronged you and negatively impacting you. Bad karma infests and feeds off hatred that you mull over. It attracts evil and negative energies. Becoming resentful adds to your bad karma. Therefore, although hard as it is to forgive, let go of the resentment, anger, bitterness, and frustration that you harbored internally. Recognize that every person is also fighting their own karmic battles. The sooner you identify the source of your unsettled karma and resolve it, the sooner you will detach and liberate yourself from the negative karmic energy and promote healing. To forgive is not to forget. To forgive is really to remember that nobody is perfect. Number 3, embark on your corrective action exercise. The universe always strives for balance. No positive or negative energy can exist on its own. If not, there is no differentiation. Every positive force has an equal and opposite negative component to balance it. When someone engaged in negativity gets you to focus on positivity, this brings a balance. So, in the end, bad karma isn't all bad. Counteract your past negativity with positive actions. Start by breaking the routine and changing the old ways. If you have identified the actions that have led you to bad karma, realize it is time for you to change your actions. Try new ways and drop the old ones if they are not benefiting you anymore. Change your behavior to be more kind and more positive. If you find yourself being negative toward a specific person or people, resolve to start a conversation with a compliment next time. Modify your behavior, develop a new routine of positive actions, and see how it feels. Defy your vulnerabilities and weaknesses. Don't become a victim to your weaknesses and vulnerabilities, as that will invite all kinds of karmic scenarios that play on your sensitivities. You should, instead, develop the courage to defy your negative traits and harness the reins of your karmic patterns. Disconnect with toxic people and situations, cut off from toxic people, cut them off and see how light you feel. that stress will go away, which isn't even yours to begin with. It's time to sever ties with people who are creating problems and giving you bad advice and encourage your bad behavior. It's important for you to surround yourself with harmony and positive people. Don't allow the wrong people to complicate it even further. If another person's energy does not align with yours and they seem to be constantly inflicting stress on you, do yourself the favor of letting go of them. You owe this to yourself. You don't have to create ill will between them and yourself. You need to simply distance yourself from them and do so as politely and respectfully as possible. It is important to set boundaries with people that bring you more harm than good. Return things that do not belong to us, or complete those requests that does not harm other beings, of a deceased person if tasked to do so, if applicable. Items withheld by someone that doesn't belong to them or laden with unfinished business of the deceased accumulates residual and lingering negative karmic energy. These items have karmic energy attached to it due to the feelings of regret, anger, and attachment of unresolved issues, and they are unable to get closure. Set it right by releasing the negative karma. Focus on peace and contentment. Be grateful for every experience, both the good and the bad. Your good fortune is a blessing from your thoughts, words, and actions of past lives and your ancestors. Give gratitude for each good experience. Share your blessings with those you cross paths with on a daily basis. This pays off your karmic debts. When you live in gratitude, you redeem yourself of bad karma and the burden of good karma too. You learn non-attachment, experience personal freedom, and live a lighter life. Practice listening more, perceiving your experience and acknowledging it rather than passing judgment whether it is good or bad. When people talk about their problems, it makes them feel better. Don't offer advice nor give opinions unless they ask. Let them decide themselves on how they would like to react. Just listen. And when they do ask for your advice, always spread messages of positivity and encourage actions that yield positive karmic energy whenever possible. Practice loving kindness. Practice kindness in word and deeds. Engage in selfless acts of kindness. Donations and service to others and charity are beneficial to karmic cleansing. Performing charity is not limited to monetary donations and volunteering your time to help others, but timely, sincere words of encouragement and compliments are also acts of loving kindness and compassion. Helping others in little ways and practicing compassion without expectation of wanting rewards or recognition will generate positive karma and counteract negative karmas. Self-serving purpose of performing outwardly altruistic acts of kindness are futile and does not amount to any merits for good karma. Do the right thing even when no one is looking. Recipients of the kind acts may not know, but karma always knows your intention. Cherish lives, your own and others. Be reminded that you are fortunate that you are able to wake up every morning and able to have the opportunity to fulfill the fullest of your potential if you wish to, while other less fortunate beings are fighting and struggling to stay alive in difficult and dire situations. So, no matter how tough things may get, the thought of taking the lives of your own or others' lives must never arise in one's mind. Our daily actions should not in any way threaten the safety of others. Practice recycling and be eco-friendly. The environment is the foundation of our existence. It sustains us with the vital elements of life, the air we inhale, the water we consume, and the nourishment we ingest. But its importance goes far beyond just sustaining human life. The environment is a vital part of the universe's balance, and its health is essential for the survival of all living things. 4. Practice mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is a type of meditation in which you focus on being aware of what you're sensing and feeling in the moment, and helps us sustain our attention without interpretation or judgment and redirecting our attention back when our thoughts wander away. In the previous meditation, you counted your breaths, but now try breathing normally and follow your breath instead. Draw your attention to the physical sensation of breathing, the air moving through your nose or mouth, the rising and falling of your belly or your chest. Choose your focal point like your chest, and with each breath, you can mentally note that you are breathing in and breathing out. Inevitably, your attention will leave the breath and wander to other places at times, but do not worry about it. There's no need to block or eliminate thinking. When you get around to noticing your mind wandering, just gently return your attention to the breath. relax and just focus your attention on your breathing till you are comfortable to exit from meditation. Consciously, before you open your eyes, shift your attention from the breathing to your ears to listen to the sounds of your environment and then the muscle of your eyelids in preparation to open your eyes. Now, open your eyes gently and end the meditation. You can begin doing this meditation for 5 or 10 minutes and eventually, you can build up to twice as long, then maybe up to 45 minutes or an hour. Regular practices of mindfulness meditation will help us to maintain our mind streams free of karmic clutter and is a great way to practice stilling out thoughts. It helps us focus completely on what's happening in the moment instead of planning what we're going to do next or jumping straight into action. It will increase the energy and our powers of self-control as we become more mindful of our actions and thoughts and not be overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. The practice of mindfulness will allow you the chance to observe what's going on around you, check your motives and attitudes instead of being too quick and overly reactive or overwhelmed to execute thoughts into actions that may potentially create your negative karma. 5. Prayer practice, mantra recitation and chanting. Each night before bed or in the morning before you start your day, focus on a spiritual cleanse when you begin your journey of freeing yourself from all karmic debts by creating a positive mindset and by engaging in prayer or reciting mantras related to your spiritualism. Whatever your religion or spirituality is, find if there is a chant or mantra that you can use to feel closer to your faith. There are many mantras out there in the internet that is available that you can use. These practices are believed to purify the mind, release negative energies, and invite positive karma. Be it any spiritual beliefs a person may have, the main idea is to pray for forgiveness, express gratitude, and generate positive intentions. Your prayer needs to help embrace you first with positivity before the energy can be transmitted to the environment. If you do not have any mantras that you can chant, try practicing a self-affirmation in front of a mirror on a daily basis in the morning. You can say something like, "I ask the universe to forgive me for any action done incorrectly or undertaken by me thus harming others or failed to do as required to prevent harm to others with my eyes, ears, hands, feet, body, and my mind. I will be a more positive person today, or I will be kind with my speech to others." This will help build up your mindfulness and develop a positive routine. Next, pray for your loved ones like your spouse, children, parents, relatives, friends, country, the world, the universe's well-being, entities seen and unseen, and also your karmic debtors to be blessed with positivity, loving kindness, and compassion, and to be free and relieved from pain, illness, calamities, suffering, and obstructions. Lastly, dedicate whatever good positive karma to the universe to be shared with all, since we are all connected, and any bad karma to be dissolved into the cosmos. 6. Other rituals and ceremonies that you can perform to help promote positive karma. Different spiritual traditions may have specific rituals or ceremonies designed to cleanse karma. These are some rituals believed to help release negative energies and create a fresh start. It does not matter what spiritual beliefs you have, the outcome of performing these rituals yields the same result, positive karma. Check with the religious establishment if they have ceremonies listed here. Number 1. Take purification baths and showers to rid of any negative energies and start afresh before commencing on your positive routine to accumulate positive karma. Number 2. Make offering of donations and essential items to charitable organizations or religious establishments on behalf of the living or deceased loved ones. However, do take note not mix the names of the living and those deceased within the same ritual. You can still do it in a separate dedication on the same day if you have more than one person you would like to dedicate these merits of your positive karmic energy to. If you are performing these rituals in religious establishments, you can seek the assistance at the establishment to advise you on the procedures if you are unsure. Number 3. Make donations for coffin and medical supplies to those who can't afford, as it is believed that these actions help relieve some pain and suffering for the sick, and souls can be put to rest upon death with a proper burial. This action generates huge amount of merit and accumulates positive karma. Number 4. Rescue animals from hunt traps or releasing captive animals. A note of caution for this activity: if you are dealing with endangered species or potentially dangerous animals, please seek help by notifying the necessary authorities instead of dealing it yourself. For the release of captive animals with the presumed intention of saving their lives otherwise destined for slaughter, or of giving them back their freedom, please ensure that the release is approved and allowed in your state, and that releasing these animals do not cause them further suffering if they are unable to survive when they are released. Non-native animals released can threaten native species and disrupt the ecological balance, where they are more vulnerable to become roadkill and other human-wildlife conflicts. If unfamiliar and unsure, a better option of compassionate activity would be becoming vegetarian, as vegetarianism saves many more animal lives than life liberation. There might be people who become obsessed with the idea that karma cleansing rituals can compensate for when they have erred, as if crimes and merit-making are transactional. This attitude does more harm than good to the universe, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, karma knows your intentions, so be really sincere when performing merit-making or karmic cleansing rituals. Prioritize one goal at a time. Don't try to change and improve every aspect of your life at once, as it will be too overwhelming. Instead, follow the karmic law of focus. This law states that you should focus on one goal at a time, rather than putting a little bit of energy toward multiple goals at once. Start with a small goal and slowly work your way up to more important aspirations. Be consistent in your efforts and don't give up. Perform actions that nurture your spirit and invoke well-being. Stay positive. Understand that negative thoughts will lead to negative behavior, which will result in negative karma. You get what you give. With the simple routines mentioned above, you will be able to dissolve your bad karma proportionately from your past and current lives and change your future to better. You will be in complete harmony with the universe and lead a comfortable, happy, joyful, peaceful life. Don't forget, your actions alone have the power to alter your future by balancing out your karmic debt. We now answer the following last question previously mentioned before with a story for you to think about after watching this video. What if I totally do not remember what I have done, and it's unfair that I get punished for something that I do not remember doing in my past or current life? Well, let's do an illustration exercise based on a short story. A man was washed ashore in a serene and somewhat isolated village on an island after his yacht sank. He was lucky to be alive and had been saved by a family of fishermen. When he came to, he lost his memory and could not remember who he was and what had happened to him. He had a wound on his head but was nursed back to health by this family and got along very well with the children of that family. People in the village named him Mr. Lost and accepted him as he was easy to get along and had a wealth of knowledge. Always willing to help villagers solve many problems, he was well loved and respected by the whole village for his kindness and willingness to help them, and in time he was like family to all of them. However, one day a boat of men dressed in attires resembling coastal guards and policemen approached the village and asked for Mr. Lost. These men made known to Mr. Lost and the villagers that they had been searching for him and will need to take him back to the main island, where he will be put into prison for atrocities and terrible deeds and crimes he had committed without a doubt. Villagers couldn't believe this and formed a line of defense ready to fight and protect Mr. Lost from being taken from them, as he is so dear to them. Mr. Lost could not remember anything despite officers reading out to him the list of things he had done previously in the town where he came from. He was aghast at the crimes that he was charged with. He couldn't believe that he was capable of doing those horrible things. He had to make a choice. Refuse to leave with these men and fight these armed burly men with fellow villagers who will definitely be hurt and wounded, or just bid his farewell to the villagers and go back to the mainland to face the indisputable outcome of imprisonment. He was very saddened, as the thought of his fellow villagers will be harmed if there was a brawl, and he couldn't take the chances for that. He thought to himself, "If I am really a kind man that the villagers hold so dear, I will not let them be hurt because of me. If I am the man respectable as what the villagers see me as, I should be responsible to face the consequences of my misdeeds even if I have no recollection or memories of it. The family of the victims are also suffering, wanting justice to be served, and I should not avoid it further. It doesn't mean that just because I could not remember the misdeeds, then it's okay that I am pardoned of any debaucheries." We hope you have enjoyed the story, and it will set you thinking about the question of past lives' deeds and how we can potentially respond to karmic debts and its effects. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you've enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you would like to be notified of new videos being uploaded.